Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortoise the Grey, and welcome back to another exciting new series on Tortoise the Grey Gaming. Today we are going to be starting a series on ARK Survival Evolved, which is a game you've probably seen a lot of people playing lately. I know I have. I've enjoyed watching all of the other time-shotters playing this game lately. And it kind of got to the point, I was going to hold off. I was like, you know what, I don't buy a lot of new games. I normally wait till they come on sale and things like that. But I was having so much fun watching these guys play it. I couldn't get enough of it. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I had seen enough of it that I was like, you know what? This is a game that I'm actually going to really enjoy. It looks like it's got some longevity because they're still in development, things like that. I think it'll stay interesting for a while. And I think it's a game that I would actually be reasonably decent at. I mean, I'm not going to probably be amazing, but hey, you know, this is the first time we're playing it, so why not? So, yeah, so we have to start by creating our survivor, which I'm not going to put a lot of time and effort into because honestly I don't know that there's a lot of things you can actually change. Like we can mess with arm length. I mean, we can we can make him weirdly buff. It looks funny. But I don't think there's much we can do in terms of like facial customization or anything like. I mean, I think things are more or less kind of set here, but we may play around with some stuff. Let's look at hair color. We can give the white hair color. Can we zoom in on the guy at all? A little bit, I guess. But there's also like eye color here, but honestly I can't really even see the eyes to know what that's doing or not doing. Well, we can really mess with it in there a bit. Most of this is in the medium range. I think that's what the default was, and I feel like more or less this sort of stuff is probably fine. Do that. We'll buff up. We're gonna give him kind of a superhero physique, I guess here. Crank out those shoulders a little bit. Maybe that'll help us survive. But yeah, I mean, more or less, I think like that's probably about as good as it needs to be. Alright, so we need to give our survivor a name. So let's go ahead and we're just going to name him Tortimer, because we can, and why not? Okay, and then we need to select a spawn zone. I've been told that the east side is kind of the place to be, at least to start. I know Ronin, which is one of the bigger time shot guilds. I think it's got like Anasia and her husband. Well, it's not even a time shot guild, I guess, really, because it's got Anasia and her husband, and then it's got Ozzy and his wife. Ozzy is an Elwyn. They're friends of Anasia's. I've been on, I think Ozzy was on Decimon with us, and so some of these guys. Oh, we lost connection. Be right back. All right, we are back. Before we were so rudely interrupted by the server quitting. Basically just quickly threw something together here. Again, it doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and create our new survivor. For those of you guys who have not watched any gameplay of this game before, or are not familiar with ARK in general, oh, there we go, we're waking up on the beach. Essentially what the storyline is that you are a random survivor, I don't know if we're convicts or something. Either way, you get kind of abandoned on this mysterious island that's inhabited by dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures, and it's a survival game. Storage box? Oh, okay, so I mentioned Ronin. There are people that are a group of people who you can create like guilds and factions and things like that. There's some dinosaurs there. And essentially what you do is you gather resources from the environment around you. You're able to fight, craft, tame, do all sorts of things. Let's take a look at our inventory real quick and see what we've got on us to start. So you get a couple of things. Survival quotient to be determined. So you know, you get this thing that's embedded in our arm that lets us access different things. We get a Parasaurolophus saddle to begin with. That's kind of awesome because Parasaurolophuses are one of my favorite dinosaurs ever, so that's awesome, fantastic. We get a skin for our hat, things like that. So just some fun gimmicky things to start off with, but then you collect berries. Other things we also have, if we hit V, you hit I to get into inventory, V to get into crafting. So we have the ability to make a pickaxe and a torch at the start. And if we look here, we need 1 stone, 1 wood, and 10 thatch to make a weapon here. So let's close this out. We collect things from these plants. We get berries and other things. In order to feed ourselves and our dinosaurs, we have to collect food things. So, like the herbivores will eat mainly berries, and the carnivores will eat meat, which we have to collect from other living creatures. So let's gather up some of this stuff here. If you look on the, let's see if we can get it in a dark spot. There we go. So in the bottom right, you can see kind of our stats thing. We've got an arrow with a plus in it, which I'm not exactly sure what that does. But then we've got a dumbbell-looking thing, which is the weight we can carry. If we gather too many items in our inventory, it'll weigh us down and we'll move slower. And then we've got a water droplet that is our thirst. We can fill that up by creating a water skin, or going just straight into the water and getting things that way. We're also able to under that we've got food, so that'll be, you know, if we eat meat or berries or things like that. Underneath that is energy or stamina, I think is what that is. And so as we were doing physical activity there, punching the tree, our stamina was going down. So we can't do too much physical exertion at any one time. And then under that is our health. So as we're taking down this tree, unlike in Minecraft where tree punching is just kind of what you do, it does do some damage to us because obviously we're slamming our fists into a tree. That would be a bit painful. So we've got some materials now. Let's take another look at our crafting recipes here. Okay, so we still need some stuff. What do we still need? We need 1 stone. Okay, so we can pick up a stone off the shore here. They're usually pretty plentiful. Those are seashells. Let's wander this way a bit. And here's some rocks. So we see there's a Triceratops here. We'll look at that in a second. Let's pick up a couple of rocks. Okay, so then we can come in here and we click on this item, and then we can click down here and it says craft items. So that'll craft it for us. And then from there we'll go into our inventory. It's crafting, and we can pull this thing down into our first inventory slot. I'm going to pull a couple of these berries down onto our inventory as well, just because those are what we're going to be subsisting off of for food-wise for a little while. Narco berries are things that you use for taming. You tame dinosaurs with those because they have to be unconscious largely for that, so you have to kind of get them down until they kind of pass out, and then you keep them unconscious with narco berries. Narco being, you know, obviously from narcotics and things like that. It helps keep them under so you can tame them with food and things like that. But yeah, so let's, that trike just walked past us. Let's take a look at it. So this is a level 2 female Triceratops. They're generally passive unless you attack them, unlike the carnivores on the island. You're hot, you should find some place to cool down. Step into the shade here real quick. So we're collecting all kinds of berries, things like that. What I'd like to do is, ooh, we've got a trilobite here. Let's, I feel like these guys are pretty new to the game. Level 3, we should be able to kill him pretty easily. Hopefully some other creature doesn't come find us while we're doing so. Come here, trilobite. Come on. Come on, just die already. Oof. Oh, we are screwed if this is how hard creatures are to kill in this game. There we go. Killed a trilobite, level 3. And then from... Oh, that's a Carbonemus. From there you kind of harvest their corpse. For bigger creatures, you're able to access their inventory. What is it? should be able to harvest. Okay, it is harvesting. It was just taking a while. Okay, so there are lots of creatures here besides just, you know, dinosaurs and stuff. Like this guy, a level 4 wild male carbonemus, which is a giant ancient tortoise or turtle. I'm not sure. Obviously, in here, it's being depicted as a tortoise. I would imagine that's what it was, but they've kind of taken some liberties artistically with some of the creatures, so knowing exactly what it was representing may be difficult, but that's pretty awesome. I love that. That probably will be one of the first creatures we tame, not only because they're awesome, but also just because you know, they're turtles, and that's cool. So, also because they're pretty much passive, and while they do take a lot of hits, they're pretty good defensively. They're one of the easier things to tame, I think, from what I've seen, which makes sense because they have one of the least utility of some of the other animals you can get. Like if we got a Triceratops or whatever, and we were able to ride it around, I think that makes it much easier to gather up berries and things like that. So some of the dinosaurs have different stats. I think like ankylosaurs make it easier to gather wood, or, you know, I don't know all of that, but from watching the people that I've watched, it seems pretty much like a lot of those other dinosaurs have some utility of some sort. But yeah, it's a dangerous place. I've been warned. Do not get attached to pretty much anything, because chances are something's gonna kill it. Even some of the higher up, you know, people who have been playing this for a while, they still, you know, a T-Rex wanders down the beach and just wrecks all of their tame dinosaurs and their house, and like, it's pretty devastating. And if you, the closer you, or the further inland you get, it seems like the more dangerous it gets. So we'll probably be looking to set up somewhere here on the shore. Let's take a quick look. It looks like we've got a level up, so let's go into our inventory, and that allows us to, we can up one of these stats per level. I think what I'm going to do for now is going to up melee damage. I think that's probably going to be the most useful to us early on here. And let's see, so we can upgrade on this top row pretty much 2 of these things, or we can unlock 2 of these things at this point. I'm going to unlock the hatchet. We're going to learn that one. And we'll learn the campfire at this point as well. Perfect. So that allows us to cook meats and provides light, keeps you warm. If you get too hot or cold, some of your hunger or your health and things will drop. All right. So let's, now that we've unlocked like the hatchet there, let's take a look. So for the hatchet, we need flint and thatch. Okay. So let's get our pick back out, because the pick will be perfect for getting those items. Certain items, so like the pickaxe, if you use a pickaxe on a tree, you're liable to get more thatch than wood. As you can see, 13 thatch, 15 thatch, 17, 20 thatch. We got like 1 wood out of that tree, lots of thatch. If we used the hatchet on the tree, it would be kind of the opposite. We would be getting more wood than thatch. And so you get the different tools for kind of different purposes. It's getting a little foggy here. That's kind of strange. Is that like a forest fire or something? It's odd. But we can use pickaxes. All these rocks, I believe, are harvestable. So there's some flint, a couple of stone. Stone can be used. So not only can you craft tools and weapons, but there is a building aspect to this too. So you can build like a stronghold to protect you. Oh, you defecate. There's a little ball of poop rolling into the sea. That's disgusting. I think you can eventually, once you get some resources, you're able to utilize some of that for like fertilizer and things once you get into farming and all that. But generally, you need to get a pretty secure base before you're able to settle down and do that a whole lot. Okay, so we've got that. Let's also build a campfire while we're here. And we still got a fair amount of resources, so that works out pretty nicely. Not going to try taming anything today. Some of my berries are spoiling. Let's, so my hunger's a little low, but let's go ahead and eat some things just to be safe in case it starts spoiling. We won't have to worry too much about it. All right, so let's go into our inventory. I want to put the hatchet on my bar. I want to put. Okay, so I want to use the camp. Well, let's wander a little bit. I don't want to go too much longer. It seems like most people are doing like 15-minute episodes with these, and so I'm assuming they know something I don't know, and then that seems to be a pretty good length. But we'll go a little bit longer. I want to find somewhere to kind of set up this campfire, maybe somewhere a little secure, as secure as one can be, I guess. Again, down by the water seems to be pretty safe for the most part. Obviously, then you do have issues with like T-Rexes wandering down the beach. There's a Dilophosaur there. He seems to be heading this way. The Dilophosaurus is like next to the dodo is kind of the easiest kill. May even be able to take one. No, we're pretty low still. I don't want to risk that. I would have loved to have that dodo. Ooh, actually, there's a campfire here. Whose is this? Owner Fabe. Oh, all right. So Fabe, I guess a lot of people might have started over here. Let's head over this way. We'll kill a trilobite. See if we can't get. They don't really attack back, so assuming we've got the patience, I guess we should be able to kill it. And get levels and stuff from it. I don't know if like killing a level 24 creature actually gives more resources, especially if it's a trilobite or whatever, but I would guess it gives more than something else. There we go, so we killed it. Now we can harvest it, get a lot of chitlin, some raw meat, some oil. Alright, great. Very cool. Well, this strike's kind of cool looking. I like the color on this one. They've all got different appearances and things like that. It's a level 25 female, though. There's no chance of us doing anything with that. Nor would I attempt to at this point. That would be suicide. Let's kill a couple of trees here. Get our resources back up slightly. Our weight is still pretty good at this point. We don't have a lot on us, so we should be fine. But there we go. Let's see. I thought I saw a dodo over this way. Yes. Anything? Don't see anything else to be afraid of at the moment. Not to say that there isn't anything to be, but ooh, come here, little dodo. A little bit of lag there, I think maybe. Okay, so dodo. We killed dodo, level 11. We can now harvest it. We get hide and meat. Similarly, like with animals, if you harvest it with a pickaxe, you're liable to get more, I think, meat, and at least based on that, the hatchet seemed to be giving us more hide, which are different resources that meat or carcasses give. Ooh. Kind of back on out. We got a Dilophosaurus there. Don't really want to mess with that just yet. But yeah, let's head over this way. We'll try and find, I think if I can find a nice rock outcropping where I can kind of put my back against a wall and kind of have visibility, that would be the most ideal for us setting up camp to start here. Let's, there we go. We gotta put our tool away before we can use our hands again. Alrighty. So yeah, obviously we kind of build up our resources. Ooh, we've got another level up, so we'll go over... Now, whose is this? This was Prothes. Oh, I forgot that Till Death or Respawn are on here. Both Aprit and Prothe are on this server, which is cool. Okay, actually, here's not a bad place, I guess. If I could potentially... Can things get through here? Not really. If I can't get through there, I doubt many dinosaurs can. If we kind of put our back against this and then we've got the water in front of us, that might be a good place to start off. So I'm going to say yeah. So let's pull out our inventory. Let's put down, we'll use item. Okay, I guess I have to put it on my bar there. Or maybe I just had to get out of my inventory. So let's put this, put it right there. Why not? Alrighty, and then we do have a level up, so let's check that out real quick. We got 2 Ingram points right now. Once we apply our points, I'm going to stick with melee damage for now, but then we have 10 points, so I'm going to unlock the spear And let's see, we'll unlock some pants, because that seems probably pretty important. So we'll go ahead and do that. Ooh, actually we can do pants and a shirt. Awesome. Very cool. So we only have 1 point left. Clothes. Alright, so let's quickly go into our crafting. We have enough to craft well, let's do pants first. That's probably the most important. Alright, so craft that item. Looks like we're still going to have enough to craft the shirt after that, so that works out nicely. Beautiful. And then we don't have enough for the spear anymore. We need more fiber. Okay, we'll do that. We'll get all of that going real quick. And then we'll probably call it a day. Let's throw the legs on there. Torso. Okay, so we got some clothes. You're cold. We should find some warmth soon. Alright, so let's chop down one of these littler trees. Don't want to chop down that big old one. That's kind of depressing. We'll get a little bit more wood, because we've got to actually put fuel in our fire here. I think I probably can use both the oil we gathered from the trilobites and the wood, if I remember correctly. But we'll chop these down real quick, and then we'll head back. I know that at night it's kind of dark. I haven't figured out all of the options yet. I know from watching like Poet and them that you can mess with the gamma option, which allows you to see a little bit better. But I don't know how to do all of that yet. So we'll probably call it a day when night hits. But all right, did we get enough fiber from that? Let's take a quick look. I want to make that spear before we go. Yeah. All right. So let's craft that item. Go into our inventory here. We've got some meat that's spoiling, or has spoiled, I guess. Okay, so that gives us a little more reach, maybe. Okay. Very cool. Let's eat some stuff first. Chomp down on these azul berries. We seem to get a lot of those. And then we are over here in this outcropping. Where's my campfire? Oh, it's hard to see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I want to E to access the inventory, so we can put oil in there, I think. Oh no, wood or thatch. Okay, so we've got 32. Well, let's just put in the wood for now. I don't know how I can split that potentially, but let's go ahead and just light it up. There we go. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode of ARK. I'm really excited about this. We're probably going to be doing shorter episodes, so maybe I'll do more than one a week. I guess we'll have to figure out how this is going to fit into the schedule. But yeah, for now, we should be relatively safe from things with our spear and our fire. And we've got something against our back here, which it doesn't appear we can climb necessarily. We can climb this. But hopefully dinosaurs can't, I guess. But for now, it's a beautiful little scene, and I'm pretty happy with our start here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Torn with Gray, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes if you guys are really excited about this series. You want to see it, maybe more than once a week. Let me know via comments and likes. That's how I'll determine whether or not I want to do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.